grateful for the time.
Thanks for understanding.
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity.
Yeah,
I know
good to be
we've been
here.
very busy. We've seen, I think your content has been updated like almost every day, right?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, we upload every day. We have several
Wow.
channels now as well, which we're uploading to frequently. So a lot of content, a lot of videos. We're addicted.
But congratulations. That is actually something I think a lot of influencers and content creators really does give their they dedicate time for their craft. We're very congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll go back. We'll go start with our first part of the interview. It's your life here in the Philippines. So first and foremost, why did you choose the Philippines?
So we had been traveling, we decided to leave the UK for what we thought would be a short-term trip.
Yeah, like a travelling around Southeast Asia kind of dream of ours, just to see some new countries and to explore. We'd quit our jobs back in the UK and YouTube was still just a hobby at the time. And then when we were travelling around, we started coming to the Philippines very regularly and we were exploring more and more. And after the first trip, we realised how many islands there are, how much there is to see and do here, and we kind of got hooked and we just loved coming back.
We did. We saw some similarities with other places we've been, and more importantly, we saw some differences which stood out to us.
Yeah.
We felt slightly more made welcome here. We felt the people were very, very friendly.
Yeah, it slowly became a second home to us, and we were actually travelling through Manila very frequently to go to all these different places, and we started to really enjoy our time in Manila. And then after one whole year of living out of our suitcases and travelling full-time, we decided we wanted to have a base somewhere, and Manila just stood out as the #1 destination for us to have a base. So
it made sense.
Yeah.
Oh wow! So if I get this correctly, before you used to travel like from different parts of Asia, and then you'd always come back to, let's say, we're here in the Philippines just as a base, and now it's full-time, like your headquarters here in Asia somehow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the pandemic made us stay here for longer than we usually would. We would usually be traveling around the Philippines and also going off to other countries, going back to the UK to see our family, etc. But yeah, for the last year we've been here, and we're happy to be here. You know, there's been a lot of support here. There's been a good community feeling, especially where we are in BGC, and it's been a whirlwind, but it's, you know, there's been pros and cons of the last year, I would say.
Yeah, and we've become to fall in love with the area even more, having spent so much time here.
I see. I think I saw the team saw the hospitality of the Filipinos has been. You can really quite see it from your videos, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that at first made us keep coming back. Our original trip to the Philippines was only booked for 2 weeks because we were traveling lots of different countries, and it was a week at a time or 2 weeks. So we'd only allocated 2 weeks for the Philippines.
Yeah.
And then we realised after that first trip, wow, there's so much more to see. People started sending us messages and commenting on our videos saying, have you tried here? Have you tried here? Are you going here? Are you going here? And we were like, wow, okay, we need to come back and do a much longer trip here.
And we were just made to feel incredibly welcome by the locals here, and just the conversations we had and integrating ourselves into the local life, and just hearing about the culture, the food, just learning so much about the place. So
we hadn't had that eagerness of the local people wanting to show us things and tell us about their country. We hadn't had that as much in other countries until we came to the Philippines, and I think that helped as well with our kind of decision, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Filipinos want us to experience the culture and the country, and that's what we love doing. That's why we decided to go traveling in the first place. So when it was given to us like that,
it was perfect.
We were like, wow, this is great.
That is true. I think Filipinos really do love being globally intertwined with other nations like that. But let's go to that later, about the culture that you enjoy. Regardless to your influence again for the Philippines, was there anyone who, let's say, invited you to come over to the Philippines? A friend from the UK that has told you, hey, try out the Philippines?
No. This is what makes us, I think, fairly unique as travel vloggers. We had no expectations at all about the Philippines before coming to the Philippines.
Yes, that's true.
Other than what we would be showed in school, which was pretty much the Philippines has some nice islands and beaches.
Yeah, that's kind of it, really,
That's kind of
in
where it
terms
stops.
of what we learn. And then when we were writing out our list of Asian countries, the Philippines was just one of them countries. We had no idea the impact it would have on our lives and the fact that we'd be based here. And I think when you grow up in England, I think maybe just for us, but I think the same for quite a few other people, the Philippines isn't spoken about as much as, like, I don't know, other European countries where we're obviously closer to, or America or Australia. It's like, I think
it's not a well-known vacation destination.
no, it's very far, obviously, for one.
It's expensive to get to. It's
Yeah.
far away. It's less. I would say. I mean, international tourism was on the rise, I believe, in 2018 and 19 for the Philippines. But before that, I think compared to, say, Thailand, for example, I think Thailand is way more travelled. People know it a little bit more from where we're from. So that's kind of why we vlog our lives, right? We film every day of our lives, pretty much. And whatever we get up to, we film. We have travel vlogs from so many different countries around the world, and back home, our old lives in the UK. I think when we started vlogging in the Philippines, that was when all these comments started coming in, like we say, and people just wanted to share. They wanted to share their community, their culture with us.
Yes, I believe that also comes from the fact that Filipinos are very interactive online.
True.
Anything that Filipinos sees that they can relate, they will consume it and at the same time say something about it.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I think we've covered some of the, like, you're interested here in staying, because that's the culture that we're going to go a bit later. And how long I've been saying, you've mentioned it. So you're in your second year.
Just about, I suppose.
Year and a half,
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah, second year of staying. So how is it?
Great, it's been really nice. I mean, we're still obviously having to obey by the travel restrictions and the safety precautions, but within that, we have started to do a few trips again. We recently went to Boracay, which was amazing to get back on the beach after so long, after 1 year. And we also recently went to Bohol last week, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to slowly
getting there. Yeah.
We used to be at the airport 3 times per week in the old days, but it was nice to kind of start seeing some places and also help the local economies in those areas.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of places, especially Bohol, we noticed when we went there, they haven't had many tourists obviously for so long now. So in using our vlogs to sort of slowly encourage some tourism again and to help the economy of these local places, I think is really important to us. We hope we can kind of help to encourage the obviously safe travel, but also slowly helping the economies again, like we said.
Yeah.
So let me just ask you something about it. It's not in the question, but just what you just said.
Yeah.
You're now using your platform to promote the new tourism, new normal tourism here in the Philippines. How is that so far?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, like, vlogging for us is a habit. And for our audience, it's primarily entertainment. They tune in for 10 or 20 minutes per day, and they can switch off from whatever else they've been doing. That's also why we watch YouTube. But a byproduct of that is information. So we do put information across in our vlogs, how to travel, the procedures we had to go through.
More just from our kind of experience with it, as opposed to being fully informative, because obviously we say in our vlogs, double check this and quickly Google, because things change all the time, so we don't want to ruin anyone's travel by saying the wrong thing.
We've never claimed to be an informational
news
channel. we purely film our lives. But there are byproducts of that, so the information we can give across, the processes we can
find
share.
It helpful, I think, especially with the new processes. For some people watching us, we're doing it before they are with this new normal travel, like you said. So if we can kind of show how it happened for us and how we got to these places in the new normal, and then they can watch and sort of mimic what we've done or learn from what to Google, what website to go on, what form to fill out, then we're obviously happy to help people kind of travel again.
Any wise sayings or wisdom that you can impart just for those who are thinking of traveling again for 2021?
I think the spontaneous travel is not going to come back for a little while, so I would say be prepared, and if you can have as much time before as possible, then do. And also stay very up to date, because things change all the time, the regulations, the forms you need, the tests you need, the different types of tests. So the more time you can give, and the more prepared you can be, the better. And of course, your hotel will help you anyway with the process and what's necessary.
That's right. And you have Juicy Vlog.
Yeah.
Inspiration
Yeah.
only.
Yeah, inspiration.
Inspired by.
Yeah.
Inspired by. Yeah. So I think that the life in the Philippines we've already covered. Let's go to the Filipino culture that we've been talking about for a while. So what have been the most distinct tradition, Filipino culture, that really spoke to you the most?
I think what attracted us to the country and to keep coming back and to stay here for longer was a feeling, almost this feeling of anything's possible, which you don't get in Europe or you don't get in England. If we would stay in these Airbnbs and we'd see an island in the distance and we'd be like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to go there? And then the guy at breakfast, serving our breakfast, say, oh, I can take you there.
Well, my friend has a boat and you can...
Yeah, my brother's got a boat.
Yeah.
Let's go there right now.
Yeah.
We can hop on and we can go. Things like that, so many small things like that happened. We were like, wow, this is freedom. This is a great feeling. People are willing to help us.
I think that the main standout also for us would be family, and how much family means to everybody here, because obviously our family mean a lot to us. We haven't seen our family in a long time now, and we haven't been able to travel back to the UK, so having this family feeling all around us and people welcoming us into their families and their homes and feeding us and telling us stories, and
that's been incredible. We've had numerous occasions where we've been invited for dinners or for events, birthdays,
weddings.
We've even had wedding invitations from people who haven't met us in real life, and even
it's just
viewers of the vlog and stuff. So it's like this,
the generosity and the fact that people want to welcome us into their lives so naturally and in such a real way, not for show, not to show off or for anything other than purely just wanting to share their experiences with us. And that's just really kind of resonated with us, and it just feels very, very special.
Human interaction is a big thing.
Wow, that's almost positive. But is there anything that you find it quite, you can settle with somehow? Like any Filipino interactions that you find maybe not something for you? Is there?
Nothing
not
comes
really.
to mind.
I mean, we have to mention the traffic in Manila. the driving style is different. You have to adapt to that. But I think we do drive here, and I think we've adapted. I think it's very, very different to driving in England. But it also works. You know, it's I call it like organised chaos. Yeah. It's all over the place, but it kind of works on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. And it's improving. There's a new Skyway here which we're using, and it's great. And there's the RFID now. The toll roads are a lot faster. You don't have to stop and work out your cash and stuff like that. So
True.
So you see the work in progress within.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And that's something that we see even more now that we're here a little bit more than we usually would be or were before. We see these projects come up, and this is again, our audience are telling us all this stuff. We don't we look at a bit of the news and stuff like that, but a lot of it is in Tagalog, which we can't read. So our audience are often the ones who are sending us messages on updates or new projects, even things like there's a cool new coffee shop opening down the road from you guys, you should go and check it out. Stuff. People know our interests and they kind of feed us this information, which is incredible.
Oh wow, you really had built a community or a family.
Absolutely.
What do you call your fans, by the way?
Juicers.
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 The juicers. So speaking of, like, going out for food, do you have any Filipino food that really have been in your menu or been in your to-eat list all the time?
Well, we do enjoy a lot of different Filipino food. Our favourite, I think, would you agree, is sinigang?
I think that probably is both of our favourites.
I think because it's so different to anything that I've had ever anywhere else, anything in England. The sourness of the soup is just so addictive, and I can't stop. Once we've got a big bowl of it, I just can't stop sipping the soup. What else do we love? There's so many different things. And
there's some delicious food.
We love going to a specific region and having the dish that you're meant to have there, like the well-known speciality. So when we were in the kind of Bicol area, we were having a lot of spicy food, like Bicol Express, which we really love. And we've tried a lot of different foods, I think, haven't we?
Yeah, by this point we've tried a lot of food. And food was a big part of when we were traveling around the Philippines, and it continues to be. And people ask us every day, have you tried this dish? Have you tried that dish?
Yeah. We had Pinganyak in Legazpi, and we went into someone's home that makes it, and we saw the whole process from start to finish. This family who'd been making it for years, and we got to try that specifically there. We've been to La Paz market in Iloilo and had the bak choy there. And we really like to try like the #1 dish in the places that we go to experience it.
I think food is also a good conversation starter.
Yeah.
Sometimes if people are new, if we just meet someone, they're often surprised that we've tried so much Filipino food actually. And they're taken aback slightly that we've actually tried so much of it.
And cooked it as well at home.
Yeah, Lucy cooks adobo.
Lots of things.
What have you made?
Uchi adobo, beef bulalo, sinigang, lumpia. Turon, lots of things.
Yeah, we gave it in quarantine. That was
project.
That was a project for us to try and learn some new dishes.
Yeah.
And obviously we filmed it for the vlog, and people loved seeing us try and to cook this food ourselves. I can imagine how it'd be quite entertaining.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So, but before you've been staying here for the Philippines, have you tried the Filipino food before?
Never.
No, never.
I think there may be like one restaurant in a town fairly near to us in England, right? There's one in Brighton, isn't there? A Filipino restaurant.
I think there is.
But there's one in like a huge area, so it'd never come to kind of our attention to try it. And yeah, we'd never really heard of any of the dishes or anything before coming. We made some mistakes when we first came with pronunciation and how to eat things. I'll tell a quick story now. When we first had hello hello, we didn't realise it literally translates to mix mix. So we were kind of slowly eating the individual items, and it was a very odd experience because we were like, this is kind of random, but okay. We didn't realise you have to mix it all up.
We called it halo halo on the vlog as well.
Yeah, halo halo, not hello hello. So that always haunts us.
Actually pronounce it perfectly now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's true. It has been, I think, on the rise. Just recently, Filipino gastronomical cuisine has just only been trending this year.
Yeah, we're so pleased to see it. We've seen so many restaurants pop up all around the world, and we watch videos in. There's loads of restaurants in New York. Actually, we've noticed. We watch these videos on these amazing restaurants that are popping up, and it's so cool that Filipino food's being more recognised now globally. And it's just great to see other people trying it as well. So it's good.
And that's true. And I think a gateway to experience it also is from watching your vlogs about it and how you react to some of it. So let's go back to your friends here. Have you made Filipino friends? Have they taught you how to speak Tagalog?
Yeah, we've got lots of friends here now, haven't we?
We do.
We've got a lot of friends.
Happened very naturally.
Yeah.
Some have been viewers of the vlog, and we've met them in the street or something, and they live in our area, and we get chatting. We're like, oh look, we go for dinner or coffee.
Yeah.
That's one way. I don't even know how we met some
people
of our
just
friends.
introduce us to people, and then we become friends with their family or their, I don't know, it kind of just happens naturally, doesn't it? And
we've picked up small pieces of Tagalog. Only a little.
Konti lang. Tiny bits, but we're not very good at languages, being honest. We're even in school, languages were not our best subject, so we try.
It's very difficult for us to learn.
We find it easier to understand things than actually speak it.
But small phrases and things like that we kind of pick up.
Yeah.
But even with let's say, this is a predominantly Filipino English country, but have you experienced any language barrier staying here?
Not really.
No.
I guess that's another reason how it's kind of nice for us to be here. That everyone does speak English.
Yeah.
And that is kind of like laziness on our part in a way.
It's meant that we haven't had to.
Yeah, we take that for granted that people speak English, but but it's very useful, especially when traveling. We can talk to anyone, and it's just made everything a lot easier.
That's right. So we've covered your life here in the Philippines and how you enjoy the Filipino culture. We'll just go to some challenges that you've experienced. Now you're away from home, and you've spoken about it like for almost a year now, more than a year. So any plans to visit or go back to Britain anytime soon?
Yeah, we really would love to. We haven't seen our family for over a year. We usually go back every Christmas.
Yeah, maybe twice a year normally.
Yeah, which we couldn't do. So yeah, we're very, very eager to see our family. But what we were really looking forward to last year was on 2 separate occasions, different family members were supposed to come over to the Philippines and see us here.
They had flights booked. We planned this amazing itinerary to show them around some of our favourite spots. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we couldn't show them. They couldn't come out here.
Both trips got cancelled. But we were so excited because we're sending photos home every day, and they watch the vlogs and things like that. So they're seeing our experiences out here, and we would love to share some of that with them. They were going to come over for 2 or 3 weeks.
No one's been here in our family, so the fact that we from their family are out here so much, I think it would have been so cool for them to see what it's really like and some of our favourite spots and things, like I said, and experience.
We're constantly in contact with our family, and we're sending photos and videos, and off camera and off the vlog, we're talking about the Philippines to our family, and so I'm hoping maybe next year, fingers crossed, we can get some of our family out here and they can experience it as well.
Does the British culture always ask for their families abroad? Is it also same with, like, for the Filipinos, we always, when someone is abroad, we constantly also ask them how are they doing? Is that something similar with the
I think so.
Yeah.
I would say so. Even if you go on vacation for a week,
you send a postcard home or something.
You would be expected to send updates and what you're doing, and if you're having fun and stuff like that. Yeah, I think so.
How's the weather is the classic, really, for British people. How's the weather?
Oh wow! So I think soon you'll have that reunion, and hopefully that will be here in the Philippines too.
That would be amazing.
But we'll talk about something that has been in the news for a while. It's the vaccines slowly coming here in the Philippines, and now that it's not as much of the number that is coming here, is it worrying for you? Like the number of vaccines that's coming for you?
I think the main thing for us is sticking to the rules that are around at the time, keeping updated. For now it's wearing masks, it's wearing face shields. In BGC you have to wear a face shield even just walking around the street. Going into malls, the temperature checks. I think all that's probably going to stay for a while, so for us it's just sticking to the rules and doing the things we're supposed to be doing. So
the most controversial question, are you going to have the vaccine?
You'll have to watch the vlogs.
We can schedule that. Okay?
We'll definitely vlog it. So if and when.
Right. So with your you're talking about home. What do you miss the most back in UK?
I mean, family is the obvious one, but aside from that.
There's some foods that we really enjoy in England, like roast dinner, which we'd have every Sunday, a nice bit of roast meat with potatoes and vegetables and gravy.
Fish and chips
by the beach, because when in England we live by the beach, and it's a speciality there, so we do miss that.
I think I miss, there's certain old coffee shops and things we used to go and see. We've got a lot of friends in the UK, and we'd often, even like going to the pub. There's not really pubs here, there's more bars and restaurants, but if you've ever seen or heard of a traditional British pub, they're everywhere in England, and that's where people go in even lunchtime or the evenings to hang out and socialise. Especially in London, there's a great after work pub scene. You'll see everyone out there with pints of beer, still in their work suits and smart clothing and stuff. So there's some nice evening scenes in the UK, and our hometown, of course, we miss our hometown. We grew up there, so it's very close to us, and a few things we do miss.
That's nice. So, and then I personally also enjoyed going to the pubs when I was there.
Really? Oh, really?
I think.
Where did you go? Whereabouts? Did you go to London?
I was Richmond.
Richmond?
Because that's where my cousins were.
Wow, great. So you've experienced the pubs.
Yeah, and I find it, I wish we could have something like this here.
That'd be nice.
We did so, I think it was owned by a British man here in Clark.
Wow.
Just a tiny pub as well.
Cool.
Like the usual scene.
Nice.
We'll check that out, definitely. Yeah, it sounds cool.
Clark, So, I agree with that. That's also what I miss. Okay, so let's go to the last part of our interview. It's your life here during the pandemic. And now we're going to ask some some personal questions, if it's possible for you to share it. What are your unforgettable experiences that you experienced during the pandemic?
I think for us, the main thing that blows my mind still is because we do daily vlogs on our YouTube channel. We upload every day as like a diary of our life. And for us, we're in a 50 square meter apartment, and we stayed in the 50 square meter apartment for months and still managed to put a video out every single day that was different. So I still find it kind of odd, and I can't quite put myself back into that position in my head as to how we had something different to say every single day, even though our life was the same for days on end.
That's right. We can't quite comprehend how we did that, but I mean, we're glad we did. The vlogs kind of saved us mentally, I would say, in a way. It was something to get up and do every day. It was a reason to, sounds dramatic, but it was a reason to get out of bed and do something a little bit creative and productive. And you know what? The audience, I don't know if they know this. We've tried to tell them in vlogs, and they still don't know how much they helped us in quarantine by watching the vlogs, by commenting every day. I mean, yeah, Lucy's right. We were two people alone in a small apartment. That's the reality of it. But really, it never felt that way, because every night, 7 or 8 p.m, we'd publish the vlog, we'd read the comments, and it felt like we were chatting with friends.
And everyone's in the same position in their own lockdown situation. They're telling us stories of what they're going through in the comments. And I think not only did it help us, but I think a lot of people commented saying the fact that they can see what we're up to every single day as well is something to do in the day. It's kind of sharing the same situation with us.
Yeah.
And it just felt again like a family, like a community. And it was something that we could kind of bond over together.
Definitely, yeah. And we never knew how long it would last. Everyone thought it might be a month or something to begin with, and it obviously went on a lot longer. So that was quite a test, I suppose.
Yes, actually, that was what we're trying to comprehend too as a technical team. How can they able to manage to put out a daily vlogs? And I was wondering, do you have like a switch whether the camera's on and the juicy vloggers are there and not George and Lucy anymore? Is it something that's happening?
Yeah, I wouldn't say too much, but I suppose if you I mean, like we're chatting now, right? We're just kind of casual, we're chatting. If we were vlogging, you do hit record, you have something in mind you're going to say. I mean, it's not, the vlogs aren't scripted. No. We don't know much of what's going to happen in a vlog.
We're very much ourselves in the video, I think, and we don't have characters we put on or anything. We just kind of say what we see, say how we feel, and yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe if our voices get louder, perhaps.
There's an inside joke with vloggers that all vloggers shout. I don't know why. As soon as the camera comes on, the volume of your voice raises. I don't know why, but we love vlogging as well. So it's exciting for us to start a new video. Most of the time, we do feel sometimes a little bit burnt out. If we've been vlogging a lot, we have to take breaks and take enough rest and look after ourselves as human beings. But 99% of the time, we're very, very excited to make videos, and it's a privilege to be able to do what we do, and we realise that.
Yeah, we know that, definitely.
And we feel incredibly grateful for all the audience we have and everyone who watches, which enables us to keep going.
That's true. I can actually feel the authenticity of your. I can actually thought I'm watching a vlog right now. I don't feel like I'm interviewing.
Well, that's good, I guess. It's a good sign.
Yeah, it is a good sign. There's no different switch or a switch there.
Yeah.
But again, it's actually a very different experience, I believe, for the both of you. But you mentioned a while ago that due to the comments of most of the Filipinos that's here and commenting about your videos really made your pandemic life a lot less anxious, I believe.
Yeah, and we said at the time we never wanted. I mean, people were sending us so much support. But we never really wanted anyone to feel sorry for us or anything like that, because we understood that we had it good. Let's face it, we had it good.
Compared with a lot of people.
We had the videos we could make. We could still go out and get food. We were healthy. Right. That was the main important. Yeah. We were absolutely fine. It was the people who had lost businesses, who had lost jobs,
lost family members and friends, and
lost income, and then were struggling to pay bills and buy food and stuff. Those were people that our thoughts were with during that time, and we never wanted anyone to, we were fine. We were okay.
Well, That's right. So I guess we'll see more of your experience the coming
Yes.
vlogs after your second year in pandemic. Here in the
Absolutely,
Philippines.
always.
Last thing about the life during the pandemic. So what important lessons you guys have learned that probably had changed you or made your view change?
Okay.
Disposition, your decision in life and so on.
Yeah, I think there's a few things. I think we had developed a much larger appreciation for the small things in life.
Oh, absolutely. I remember when it went from only being we could go for exercise but individually, and then it changed to that you could go together with people from your household, and we went for a walk together for the first time in 6 or 7 months, and walking down the street with someone else. I mean, now it feels so normal again because it's okay and it's been okay for a while, but when we first did that, do you remember? We were vlogging it, of course we were vlogging it, and I remember saying it's just so surreal and it feels so alien now because it's been so long. But before, you just take that for granted because of course you can go out together. But when it changed and when that was taken away, having it again was just kind of so odd and amazing.
We have a small balcony in this apartment, and we'd never used it much before. We took it for granted it was there. We went out occasionally, but in that first lockdown, every evening we would take a beer or a drink or a refreshment and sit out on the balcony for an hour or so, and that would be our outside time because we couldn't go outside, and that was
so grateful to have that.
To have some air, to have a view to look at, and we were so appreciative of the balcony during that time. It kind of stripped life back.
Made it very simple. You'd wake up, you'd have a little routine that you'd built yourself. You'd make some breakfast.
We were doing home workouts. And trying to keep a routine without putting too much pressure on ourselves.
There's just a balance, and I think when we kept that balance, it was just very helpful to have. I mean, we're very grateful that we had each other as well. We know a lot of people were locked down on their own, which must have been incredibly difficult. But again, just stripped it back to basics, realised the important things in life, and just kept it simple, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's true. And if everybody, I think, had learned that to really appreciate the little things in life this pandemic. That's something true. So here's the part that I'm not sure if it's something you wanted to do, but we wish you could do it. Like we want to ask you some message to your family first. Back in, in UK. It's something that Filipino does. I think
nice.
You've seen some shows in the Philippines, they always say something about your family.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Use this. I know you talk to them all the time.
They'll appreciate it as well. If there is any of our family seeing this right now, we miss you very much. We cannot wait to see you. We love you all.
And we can't wait to hug you again when we can. And it's just been a very long time, so we look forward to that moment.
And get to the Philippines.
Yes.
Get over here.
Thank you for promoting that. And lastly, will you please give us a message for the overseas Filipino workers that are first watching your vlog as juicers and those who are also supporting our show.
Well, firstly a huge thank you to any OFW who watches our vlogs. We hope that we can bring you some entertainment. We hope we can show you things that you may not be able to get around and see right now. We get a lot of comments from OFWs who maybe haven't been back for 20 or 30 years.
Or people that maybe are currently working and they can't see their children and their families, and it's been a long time, and obviously you're amazing, keep doing what you're doing. It's very inspirational, it's very moving that you separate yourself from your family in order to support them, and we really do appreciate that and admire it.
And a quick shout out to all the OFWs in the UK working in the NHS. So I think that is something that we've had direct family experience with. And actually, we had a family member in the hospital last year or the year before, and actually they had a Filipino nurse who knew us and watched the videos. And they were chatting about that. And I just think that to leave your own country and to go and help the people of another country, to support your own family, doing all these things for good, is admirable, and we have huge respect for that.
Wow, thank you so much for that wonderful, touching message. Lovely. And we're very, very thankful for the work that you've been doing for, of course, for your Filipino fans. But definitely, it also helped a lot of our overseas Filipino workers to feel still connected with the Philippines and with their loved ones here. That's it. I think I think it was a bit few minutes, more than 30 minutes.
That's
no
fine.
problem.
That's
That
fine.
was great.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much for this. We will update when it's gonna be available to be published in Enquirer.net.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if it's okay, we'll ask for permission to extract some videos and photos from your blog.
Yeah, go ahead. Take whatever you need. That's fine.
Great. And then the footage, the second camera footage, you
Yep.
can just send it to the email.
No problem.
Share it. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem at all.
Nice
Nice
to
to
meet
meet
Thank you
you.
so much,
Where
Lucy and George.
Where are you, by the way? Are you in Manila?
Yes, I am in Manila.
Nice. Just wondered if where you were.
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll see you around then.
Yeah. Thanks again.
We do wish when we travel, we will do meet someday.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds good.
For sure.
Maybe here or abroad. Let's see where Juicy Vlog will take you,
Mhm.
and
Exactly.
we hope to have you around again and see you guys soon.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Deeply appreciate it. Take
Great to
care.
meet you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
We hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some extra info that maybe you didn't know, or you just sat down and enjoyed hearing us talk for however long this video has been. But thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and we will see you in the next video.